Search, do you believe him? Well, we're now joined for the political analysis of this, the political editor of the Daily Express, Sam Lister. Forgive me for being cynical, Sam. Heard it all before. You hear it over and over again, and nothing happens on the law and order front.
Yeah, and obviously the Conservative government, they cut police numbers a few years
Big
ago.
time.
Yeah, about 20,000 after the financial crisis as they were trying to balance the books. And obviously now they're having to replace those police officers. And I think, you know, people do feel quite aggrieved about, just generally, about the low numbers of crimes being solved, burglaries. We know the figures are in single digits for those being tackled by police. So there is a wider issue here, but obviously it's come to the fore because of this terrible, terrible murder in Liverpool of little Olivia. And both candidates were asked about this last night. Now, obviously, both were incredibly horrified by this. Rishi Sunak talked about ringing his wife and his daughter, who's the same age as Olivia. And, you know, I think obviously, clearly, they are both horrified by this and do want to do something. But obviously, it takes money to solve these problems. You do need to flood areas where there are problems with police, and that costs a lot of money. So, you know, we do need to see, you know, how long this will take to sort out. I don't think it's going to be a quick fix, is it?
No.
So crime is definitely at the top of the agenda. And the other thing that came out on top last night was the talk of an ethics advisor, Liz Truss, saying that she wouldn't appoint an independent ethics advisor. This is obviously after the resignation of Lord Geidt, who was appointed by Boris Johnson earlier on in the summer. She said she doesn't need one. She's an ethical person. Rishi Sunak said, though, that he would bring in an independent ethics advisor. Do you think that's significant that they're on different pages with that?
Yeah, and I think it all goes back to Boris Johnson, doesn't it, and Partygate, and who was investigating that within government. And certainly for critics of Boris Johnson, the ethics advisor and his role was a huge part of that, because then it's a way to kind of attack him, isn't it, if the ethics advisor is brought into all this. Liz Truss's point was, actually, you don't outsource ethics to somebody else. That was her approach to this. She's saying that she wants ethics to run through the government. She doesn't want somebody to tell people how to be ethical. But whether that will wash with people outside, I don't know.
Well,